our big question is we work on a human pathogen called Streptococcus pneumonia. This is a bacteria that causes a lot of disease in children as well as in the elderly. In the children, mostly it causes ear infections, but it can also go systemic and cause pneumonia. What we're trying to understand in this lab is how this bacteria can cause disease. So it will form a little community in the back of your throat, and from there it then spreads to other tissues where it causes disease. In the back of your throat, it's not really doing anything. And when it's in the back of your throat, I like to think of it a little bit as a Renaissance Italy. It's like it's got these little communities, and they trade, and they talk, and they fight, and they have wars, and so there's all of these kind of interactions happening between the different bacteria of this species in the throat. And so we're really interested in how they talk to each other. And to do that, they need a language, right? And so we're really interested in figuring out that language. We've known about a couple of words for a while. One of the words is, how do they exchange DNA? So that would be the kind of, how do they have sex? That's the word for sex. That one's been known for a while. And then also similarly, a word that it sends out that implies war. And over the last few years, we've been studying the meaning of these words. And the easiest way to figure out their function is to engineer bacterial strains that don't have any of that word or that make a ton of that word, and then compare what bacteria are producing different levels of that word, how they will behave in infection-like contexts. So we've actually been quite lucky in that the words that we've studied, we've found some interesting meanings for them. So one of them is really about how well you colonize the back of the throat. Another one seems to play a big role in how well you adhere to cells and how much you spread to different tissues causing disease. And some of them seem to be involved in the communication between bacteria that are both from the species that we study but slightly different, and they're able to manipulate each other's behavior depending on what food is around. So they're basically responding to food and then forcing a slightly different interaction. Our ultimate goal is to identify molecular targets for new therapies to treat pneumococcal disease.